Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, all these, they all have one major thing in common, and that is your profile. Your profile is you. It is telling the public about you and who you are. Think of it this way. If you went on to a dating site and you had to fill out a giant questionnaire about your likes and dislikes and who you like and what you want to do and do you like holding hands and blah, blah, blah. And you submitted that, but then on the big profile, it didn't have a picture of you. And people are reading this and thinking, boy, I like the way that looks. And then they look for a profile picture and there's not one there. And they think, no way. I don't know what you look like. I'm not going to connect. The same thing on your platforms. If you don't have a profile picture or an avatar that looks like you, showing you, not your pet, not your car. I love my motorcycle, but I don't have it as my profile picture because my motorcycle is not me. People want to see what you look like. Anyway, I know what I'm doing. I've got the Carnage shirt on. I've got my Get Done mug. Let's see. Even it out there. Carnage and get done. So let's get some shit done. I'm not going to wait around for anybody to get on. If people, whoops, hey, don't drop the board already. Come on. I just got this all set up, so, oh no! I'm glad nobody's really on watching me. I look pretty silly at the moment. Here we go. I'm back together. All right. Let me grab a pen. My pointer pen. Let's see if I can get the glare out of here. Let's move a little closer. All right, guys. I've got some notes with me. I've got my glasses on. I've got my cup. I think I'm ready to go. Today, 10 steps to branding you. And maybe with the Octo content if you want to use it. But hey, this is a basic beginner, just an overview of 10 steps. I want to start with number 1. If you're going to brand yourself, start yesterday. Where we're at now, in the last couple years, technology has started moving so fast. People are beginning to catch on to this online world of brands and branding yourself. Right now, you can run some ads on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram for pennies on the dollar. You can get your message out to the masses. You can let people know who you are. By the end of this year, and certainly by 2021, the big boys like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Nike, all these big corporations are going to be diving into social media because TV advertising is just out of this world. What are they paying for football ads? 30-second spots. A couple $1,000,000? Take that couple $1,000,000 and put it into Facebook. Do you know how many people they could reach? They're going to start doing it. And when they do, it's going to push us out of the arena. We won't be able to afford to keep up with them. You just won't be able to. You will not be able to afford advertising for yourself. Right now, it is more than affordable for you to brand yourself, just like the big boys, get your message out to the world. So anyway, you should start like yesterday. It takes a good 6 to 9 to 12 months to begin to get your name and your brand out and enough content behind you to have people following you. So my best advice is start yesterday. Jeff, thanks for joining. Step number 2 it says segmented Segmented services, these are basically your platforms that you're dealing with when you're branding yourself. And again, I've got my notes because I'm not going to remember everything I want to talk about. Hey, Jeff, give me a little thumbs up if you can hear me well, because I've got my microphone down below. Anyway, some of the platforms, the main ones, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We all see them. Thank you, Jeff. We all see them. Most of us use them. If you're not using them, you probably skim through and take a look here and there. But just a little breakdown of each one. Why is my phone still dinging? I turned the sound down. It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. This is really gonna. There. Get. No more sounds. So anyway, platforms. You need to know the difference of the platforms. Facebook, number one, a big one that, of course, if you're watching me, you're on right now. You're using it. You need to know that Facebook is designed more for basically friends and family, peer-to-peer communication, showing pictures of your dog, your cat, what you had for dinner, things that you really aren't promoting. I mean, sure, it's branding yourself, but it's very, very personalized. Maybe some things you don't want the whole world to see. And without getting into it, there are ways to set that within Facebook. Another one is Twitter. The difference is Twitter is for snippets of information, whether it be newsworthy, brand-worthy, something you find interesting. It's just very small snippets of what's going on in the world and in your life. And you can shoot these out constant with a couple hashtags. That's fine, but that's what Twitter is more used for, snippets. Instagram are for your pictures, picture posts with a short description and a couple tags to target your audience or other people. LinkedIn. LinkedIn, of course, is more of a business platform, B2B, business to business, but it's where you are basically pimping yourself, for better terminology, where you're showing other business owners who you are in the professional light. So night and day from Facebook. Sure, you can have your accounts connected, but again, Facebook, you can segment that even deeper. YouTube, video sharing, video content. Do you realize how big video is today and how big it's going to be in the very, very near future? Something like 80% of people now are watching video, more so on this device right here, your smartphone. Video is huge, and if you're going to brand yourself, get out on video. Either doing Facebook Lives, LinkedIn Lives, Instagram Lives, YouTube Lives, and then upload your videos to YouTube for future reference. You've got podcasts with places like iTunes and SoundCloud. Now you can take your YouTube videos and extract the audio from those, upload it to a podcast, have your own branded podcast going. If you're producing valuable content in video form, more than likely a lot of it could be transferred to audio to put out on a podcast. And the last one that I'm going to mark here is Alexa, voice activated voice control. I've been listening to Gary Vee, of course, for years, but a year, 2 years ago, he was on this big voice command deal and the Alexa. And I kind of kept blowing it off. I don't know why, because the man is right about everything. But now Alexa is like, not only Alexa, they've got other models for Google. I forgot the other names of the other ones. But the bottom line is that voice command, voice recognition is the wave of the future. Video and voice. People are getting used to the fact that rather than typing and texting, you can just talk and get to the same place. And if you're using Alexa, you're asking it for information. What's the weather outside? And it tells you. Now, as a marketer, as somebody branding themselves, what if you tied your podcasts into flash briefings on Alexa? People get to know, like, and trust you, and they're sitting in their living room, they're at their Alexa, and they say, hey, let me listen to Brady Theodore. Boom! It's right there. And here comes up all my podcasts. And they can start listening to whatever podcasts I have loaded up. They can listen to my flash briefings. So anyway, those are just 10 platforms. Backing up to Facebook, and not even backing up to, let's include Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, all these. They all have one major thing in common, and that is your profile. Your profile is you. It is telling the public about you and who you are. Think of it this way. If you went on to a dating site and you had to fill out a giant questionnaire about your likes and dislikes and who you like and what you want to do, and do you like holding hands and blah, blah, blah. And you submitted that, but then on the big profile, it didn't have a picture of you. And people are reading this and thinking, boy, I like the way that looks. And then they look for a profile picture and there's not one there. And they think, no way. I don't know what you look like. I'm not going to connect. The same thing on your platforms. If you don't have a profile picture or an avatar that looks like you, showing you, not your pet, not your car. I love my motorcycle, but I don't have it as my profile picture because my motorcycle is not me. People want to see what you look like. The banner across the back should say something about you, what you're into, what you're doing. When people are scrolling these different platforms and they see these profiles, it takes less than 3 seconds for them to know if they want to follow you or not. And if they can't stop that mouse fast enough because your profile stands out, they're going to skim right on by, keep on going. You're still a nobody. The point is that you're branding yourself. You want people to stop. You want them to see you. You want them to know a little bit about you so that they will at least follow you. Maybe not send a friend request or anything else, but at least they'll follow you for a while. But you got to get them to stop. So, profile picture or avatar, a nice banner in the background telling a little bit about you and what you're doing. Number 4 in this list is curating content. If you're trying to brand yourself, no matter what niche you're in, you have to produce content on that particular niche. And we all know, if we're into this business, how hard it is to produce content daily. Trying to make this daily, Nadia, thank you for joining. Trying to get your content made daily is very hard. So rather than trying to type it, take pictures, blog it, post it, stamp it, doing everything that you're doing with your content, why not curate some content? There are places all over the internet, YouTube, all these same platforms that aren't listed here. Oh, here they are. You can find content here. You can go to Google and search what's the top content for this niche at this time, and it will pop up. If you're a foodie, type in most important food, and it'll show you what people are looking at. grab that picture. Sure, you want to link it to the photographer if there was one. Grab the content that comes along with it. If it was a specialized recipe by a chef at a 5-star restaurant, give him credit for it. But you can grab content anywhere and share it, and it is just as valuable as if you wrote it yourself. If it's a hot thing, use it. You're not stealing, you are giving value to other people that want what you have. Maybe they didn't see it over there on that other site. Maybe they didn't see that other person's blog. But what's the point behind branding yourself? Getting people to watch you. Curate the content. The next one is, along with content, cheat, which I just kind of covered in the same one. I'm putting them together even though they're separate. You're curating and you are kind of cheating a little bit by taking it, but there's a secret behind actually stealing a blog post. You don't want to steal it, but if you borrow somebody's blog post and you rewrite 20% of it into your own words, it's no longer theft, it's no longer stealing, it's rewritten, it's in your terminology, you're producing the content. All you did was curate the great idea. Good enough? Number 6, is social media really social? It depends. If you're being very transparent, if you're on, you can rewrite it. Yes, you can rewrite exactly 20% of it. Is social media social? Social media sites are social, and more so now than when I was a kid. Look, guys, I'm over 60 years old. When I was a kid, I carried a dime in my pocket to go to a payphone so I could call home and tell my mom I was still alive when I was gone for 6 or 8 hours during the day. Nowadays, you jump on that little thing, you go bleep, bleep, and everybody knows you're okay. Is that social? Back in my day, social was actual handshake and verbal communication. That was social. These days, using this and that and all of these, this is social. This is the wave of the future. And if you can't get on board with it, just step back and do whatever you're going to do. But if you're trying to run a business, become social on social networks. Number 7, for every post that you make, have a purpose behind the post. Number 1, always give some type of call to action. And you're probably looking at this live right now saying, Brady, you didn't do any of that. Well, you're all joining a little bit late. I had a nice headline. I had my description written out. I hit the live button, and Facebook let it run for 2 seconds and shut it down. I had to restart it, so all the information was gone. I know what I did wrong. I'm not going to say it, but anyway, I had to start over. So this particular post does not have what I'm telling you to do. But when you make a post, whether it be in picture format or video, whether it be in a tweet, have a reason for doing it. And then if somebody responds, if they put a like, if they put a comment, you get back in there and you respond back to that person. Don't leave them hanging out there in the wind like they're talking to a nobody. If that's the case, they can go turn around and talk to a wall. You're branding yourself. Be the person that wants to be involved and get back with these people. Interact. Be social. Be social on the social network. Number 9. Always be positive. No matter what is going on social media, you're going to run across these situations where somebody wants to be argumentative. Maybe they're bringing up politics and it doesn't agree with you. You don't have to interject, but if you do, make it a positive interjection. If a person comes back to you with another negative comment and it's really frying your brain and I'm going to get at them and I'm going to type this and you do, I want you to keep in mind, you are not the only one looking at that post. Everybody out there is watching what's going on and who's writing what. And if you're anything like I am, when somebody makes a comment, the first thing you do is go to their profile to see who they are, what they're into, what they look like. You want to know everything about them. That's why going back to number 3 of having a good profile is so important. If you're going to make these responses and you're going to make these comments, keep them positive. Right? Right. Number 10, do you repeat your posts? A lot of people and gurus will say, don't repeat posts. That's stupid. You didn't get any interaction before. Why do it again? Personally, I think that's a little bit backwards, because if you run home at night at 5 p.m. to watch the news, and you turn on the TV and they have the broadcast, boom, news. You didn't see that same news, or you won't see that same news again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, you're not going to see last night's news. Somewhere in the interim, you're going to miss some news. So if you have a post that you think is good and you did not get engagement on it, maybe it's because it was posted at the wrong time or on the wrong platform. You may want to change it up a little bit, repost it at a different time on a different platform. Now, if you're not getting engagement, something else is going on. But there's nothing wrong with using posts from the past and reposting again. I wouldn't do this daily or hourly, not even weekly. But every few weeks, if you have an old post, repost it. Maybe somebody missed out before. Nothing wrong with it. Those are my 10 tips or 10 steps for branding you. Very basic, but we can get more in-depth if you follow me over on my fan page, which I'll put a link in the description. Before I go, I'm going to move this whole section from this section to this section. You can see this. I don't know if you make out what it is, but this is an octopus. So what we have going is, if we're branding ourselves and we're using these platforms, we're making the content, we've got our profile set. Now we have to have a vehicle and a way to get the message out. So you do all this, and you sit there and you wait, and you wait, and you get nothing but crickets. There is a better way. You have to start with the training, number 1, which we have started. The main group training starts mid-January with the Laboom Squad. I'll put a link in here later if this sounds interesting to you. But the Laboom Squad is teaching the Octo content model. Oh, right, get out of the glare and you can see it. This is an octopus. And what it does is, an octopus has 8 legs. Excuse me. If you are branding yourself, getting the word out, look at the whole world as an ocean, a deep blue ocean of people just looking for content. They're looking for content. So what we want to do is we want to reach down into that deep blue ocean of people looking for content and give them what they're looking for. The way to do that is by using a new strategy or a combination of many strategies put together by having a blog site, number 1. Using video content. As we spoke about YouTube with the video content, if you can take a video, if you could take a 20-minute video for any niche, any brand, anything that you're doing, make a 20-minute video and splice that up and put it out 8 different ways, how much time would that cut off your week of posting, finding content, doing this, doing that? You do it all in 20 minutes, a 20-minute video. You can take that and put it on YouTube. You can take the same video and splice it up in many pieces and put it on Facebook. You can cut some of it out or use the whole video on LinkedIn with a post. You can take a screenshot off a frame of that video and put it on Instagram, which is a picture post with a nice tag and a bunch of hashtags. You can take the audio and extract it and put it on iTunes and SoundCloud and run flash briefings through Alexa. So now when people are sitting in their living room all nice and comfortable, they're scrolling, they remember your name or see your name, Brady Theodore, and they say, Alexa, let me hear about Brady Theodore. Boop, 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 boop. And now they're listening to all my podcasts. Now, these people that you're reaching from a 20-minute video once a week are now going up to your blog. What happens when they go to your blog? Then they see everything that you're doing. Pretty neat, huh? Anyway, guys, that was my basic 10 steps to branding you. And if you want to get your brand name out, join us Thursday and see what's going on in the Laboon Squad with the Octo content model. It's a lot of fun. And I didn't even mention, you get a free blog. You're going to get a free blog if you join us. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much. And I'll be back again real soon with some more content for you guys. Hey, thanks a lot, and I'll see y'all soon. After watching or listening to me on video or in my podcast, if you gained any knowledge, any skills, motivation, if that little switch in your mind flicked and you said, hey, I can do that too, then follow me, Brady Theodore, the Gotti. I would like to tell you that, hey, I'm just a guy 60 plus years old. 4 years ago, I decided to learn some new skills and place myself in a position that I could have some financial freedom in my later years. Come to find out that with knowledge, I have done just that. I've learned that no matter what age you're at, if you put your mind to it, if you take the proper action and you follow the leaders, that anything is possible. Now, if you would like to see more of me, please go below, touch that link, follow me at bradytheodore.com. Thank you, God bless, and I'll see you on the inside.